Alright, let's start a new game. We'll go on realistic because it's more fun that way. We'll just stick with the name JC Denton because that's what they call you regardless what name you pick. Now, for anyone who's only played the newer Deus Ex games, in the first one, and only the first one, you had I guess you could call it an RPG-ish system, where you got experience points, which you could use to buy skills. So, it tells you about each skill. You can see, like at the top here, computer skills, and it's got that little bar on the left with like a yellow block at the bottom and 3 blue blocks above it. That represents how trained you are in that skill. So, and then it tells you here, computer, you just scroll down. Trained, you can hack ATMs, advanced, bleh. An agent achieves a moderate increase in detection countdowns and a moderate decrease in lockout times, as well as gaining the ability to control automated gun turrets. So it's kind of similar to the augmentation, where the more you put into the augmentation in the newer Deus Ex games, you could control turrets and stuff, but here it's done with skills. Pretty self-explanatory if you've ever played games at all. So what we're going to go for is, pistols are fairly easy to acquire, and there's a few different types, so you start out with 2 points in pistol. You can downgrade it if you want to, and you can get some skill points back for it. But it's good to take pistols because they're easy to acquire. So we'll go 3 points in pistols. It's good to have a hardcore skill in the beginning. And next I'm torn between hacking or lockpicking. Let's go with hacking for now. Well, computer skills they call it. That is different to multi-tool, which is an electronics skill. I think they become one and the same in later games, but for now, we'll go with hacking. And we'll start the game. So I will probably cut out these loading screens in future if I don't find anything interesting to talk about while they're loading. But we're going to get a fair bit of talk as the game begins, so I'll shut up for it so you can hear it.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock. The NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. I repeat, find Paul. I will monitor your situation from HQ.
Paul, I thought you were in Hong Kong. Welcome to the Coalition, JC. I might as well start using your code name. Think I'd miss my brother's first day? Didn't think you'd have a choice. What's going on? The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue. What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault. The NSF took one of our agents hostage. The bots are holding the perimeter, but my orders are to hold back and send you in alone. I think someone high up wants to see how you handle the situation. All I've got with me is a pistol and an electric prod. I don't mind a test, but UNATCO better issue some hardware. Remember that we're police. Stick with the prod. It'll stun your opponents or knock them unconscious. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate resistance. Just in case, though, Manderley wants you to pick an additional weapon. A sniper rifle, a GEP gun, or a mini crossbow.
Anyway, you can get a sniper rifle for free in the first mission. And a crossbow as well, so you may as well take the GEP gun.
Never know when I might come up against some heavy armor. Give me the GEP gun.
The GEP gun might be useful. They have a security bot on patrol near the statue entrance.
Great. What's the first move?
I'm going to give you a map of the island. If you can get to the north dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, iron and copper. You could avoid a lot of fighting, though, if you found a back way to the statue.
I'll see how it looks on shore.
Your primary objective is the makeshift command center the terrorists have installed at the top of the statue, but don't forget about Agent Herman. We think he's being held on the ground floor.
What are my orders when I reach the command center?
Interrogate the leader. We don't yet know why the terrorists would risk an open assault.
Okay, quick primer for anyone who doesn't know. This game is actually, I guess you could call it a sequel to the modern Deus Ex games, because they are prequels to this one. So rather than mechanical augmentations like Adam Jensen has, we have nanotechnology augmentations. You just inject them into yourself rather than having your limbs replaced and stuff. Anyway, we are part of a sort of anti-terrorist supergroup called UNATCO, and our base is here on Liberty Island, right by the Statue of Liberty. But some terrorists have taken over the statue, which is rather embarrassing when you think about it. The guy you play is JC Denton, who's just sort of graduated from the Augmented Agent Security Academy or whatever. That's your brother, Paul Denton. He was the one who just gave us our mission briefing, because someone wants to see how we do with our first mission. And yeah, so we have two goals. The leader of the terrorists is up there. We need to interrogate him by getting to the top of the statue. And one of our agents also got kidnapped. An old agent who's all mechanical and stuff. He looks like a tin man, and his name is Agent Gunther Hermann. So we've got to rescue him. You don't have to, that's an optional objective. If you don't rescue him, the other guys will. But we'll do it for the experience points. We're going to extract every experience point we can from this level. Whew. Anyway, whoops. Hang on, that's not right. Ah! Anyway, in this game, they don't give you maps like you get in the other games. It's basically an aerial photo of the area you're in, and you have to sort of figure out where you are from there. So we are in that area called South Dock. As we go in, we'll enter UNATCO HQ, and then we hang a right from UNATCO HQ, or go east from UNATCO HQ, to get to the sort of garden area surrounding the Statue of Liberty. And it's quite a big area. But we can also go to that north area, the North Dock. There's an informant there who can tell us how to get inside the statue if you really can't figure out a way for yourself, and there are at least 3 different ways that I know of. But yeah, so we'll go to UNATCO HQ first. After I get some stuff. So, we'll pick up this crowbar. And one of the reasons I decided to play this game is because I always wanted to try the PS2 version. I played and finished the PC version, and it was amazing in the day. And then a few years later, let's just go get this guy to bark his trivia in my face.
Situation, Corporal.
The bots have them bottled up, sir. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
How'd they get one of our agents?
Gunter went rogue on us. When the order came, he wouldn't pull back. Now you get to bail him out.
Anyway, so a few years after I played the PC version, I saw it had been ported to the PS2. But it cost a hell of a lot of money back then, so as curious as I was, I never got around to playing it, because I was in college at the time. But when I finally did, you know, get working, and I had money, and I bought my own PS2, and I had money to burn on games,
Welcome aboard, Agent.
because I still lived at home, they all vanished. I couldn't find one. So eventually, like 10 years after this game was released on PS2, I finally got one, thanks to a friend in the UK. And this is it right here. And I didn't play it at the time, you know, I put it in briefly to have a look at it, but I never actually played it. So here we are. And one of the things I heard from my friends who worked in the game store was, when I asked them what it was like, they said, oh yeah, it's like the PC version, but more arcadey. So, without having tried it, I just kind of took their word for it, but that is kind of bullshit. It's everything you can do in the PC version you can do in this one. So, they just changed the inventory system. As you can see, it's got this thing. You get 2 different inventory things. One for your skills and augmentations, and one for your items. And as you can see, you can carry 4 different guns, 1 melee weapon, some grenades, consumables, I assume, utility items, and something else. And you can have like subcategories of them. So that's pretty cool. So they've really just remade the inventory system in a way that suits the PS2. On the PC it's more like a Diablo block style inventory system where you get a big grid matrix and each item takes up a certain amount of blocks. But since that probably wouldn't have been very practical on console, although it worked for Resident Evil 4, come to think of it. But anyway, this is what they went with, and it's not bad. They came up, I did play a little bit of this game beforehand to figure out how it works, because you wouldn't want to see me fumbling around trying to figure out how to do everything. So the way you select your items, because up and down on the D-pad cycle your weapons, right on the D-pad draws and holsters your weapon, and left drops whatever item is in your hands, whether it's a consumable or a weapon or whatever. And to cycle through them, we toggle that little yellow icon in the corner on and off, which means it will or will not show up in the cycle. So right now, if I cycle through my weapons, I'll cycle through everyone that has a yellow icon. But I don't want to be pulling out crowbars and what have you when I'm desperately cycling for my guns, so I will unmark the crowbar, unmark the stun prod, and since the gap gun, which is basically a rocket launcher, is a situational weapon, I don't want that to come out when I'm cycling through weapons I need for everyday use, so we'll untag that. Now the only weapon that should come out when I'm pressing up or down, which I'm doing right now, is the gun. If I need to access my crowbar to break some crates, I can just equip it from the menu. Binoculars. I didn't think I would need those, but while I was testing I found a reason I might actually need them. Okay, let me just make sure they haven't been tagged as cyclable items. No, they haven't. Okay. Seems the game will automatically add weapons to your cycle, but not certain utility items like lockpicks or what have you. Anyway, enough gabbing out of me. Let's actually play this bitch. Darts for the dart gun, which I don't have yet, but most of the terrorists carry one, so taking one from Paul would just be a waste. Oh, and we're going to go lethal for this game, because the non-lethal options in this game, even on PC, they sucked, basically. The melee ones were the only ones that were reliable. You got a sleep dart for the dart gun, but it'd take the enemy so long to fall asleep, and they'd run around alerting other enemies when you shot them, so it really wasn't worth using. So we're just going to murder everything. Now, and one change they had to make for the PS2 version, the PS2 obviously didn't have as much memory as the PC, so I'll show you. Ah, fuck, I keep doing that. So on the map there, everything from the south dock to that area by UNETCO HQ to everything around the statue to inside the statue and the north dock was all one open area. You didn't load through any of it. On the PS2 version, you'll see the UNETCO area and the south dock. That's all one area, but then I have to load into the Statue of Liberty ruins, the garden there to the east of UNETCO HQ, and that itself is split into two areas. So the area to the south of the Statue of Liberty ruins, that's one area, and then the northern half plus the north dock is another area which you have to load into, and you have to load into the statue itself, but otherwise it's basically the same. Why can't I go through the turnstile? Okay. So here is UNATCO HQ, and that robot is a friendly, and it's pretty cool actually. I mean, this kind of thing blew my mind when I first played the game back in the day. And you can talk to the friendly guards. So this is our office here. UNATCO HQ. Even on the PC you have to load into that, I'm pretty sure. And that is the loading gate where you would normally just go through on the PC. It would all be one area, but we've got to load through there to get into the statue. But basically, terrorists are right next door, right next to the anti-terrorist organization. So embarrassing, as I said. And one thing you'll notice about Deus Ex is you get experience points for exploring. So we're going to go talk to this guy real quick.
Right. How you guys holding up?
Whoops.
UNATCO command made us pull back. I guess for Gunther's sake. What's the deal? We're ready to go in.
I accidentally skipped a line of dialogue. But anyway, he doesn't say anything too important. And I'm just going to be honest, I'm going to tell him that I'm going to murder them all, because that's what I intend to do.
I can't speak for command, but I'm gonna clean the place out.
I hear you. Natalie right. You nano-augs are born and bred killers.
I do my best.
Better load up. There are some crates of ammo stashed in the antenna shaft behind the helipad. Might also want to check out the comm next to it. The code's 0451.
Thanks. I won't let you down.
My tactic, when there's no cover like this, is to pick them off from 50 or 100 paces with a scope. What do you think? I scored an extra one from a couple of thugs we dropped down by the dock. You can have it for 700 credits. I also picked up some 10mm ammo and some crossbow tranquilizer darts. Say 200 for one, and 60 for the other.
Shouldn't you turn that stuff over to the quartermaster?
Sure, I will. As long as command has the rest of us on parade drill, someone might as well put this hardware to use.
I definitely want that scope, but I'll have to come back for it later.
I'll check back with you later.
Okay, so he gave us a code to the comm van, which is that thing with a big satellite dish on it. And he said there's some stuff there for us. If you didn't already find the crowbar on the docks, there's another one here. Multi-tool, those come in handy. See, that's how you can get to your subcategories of items. Anyway, security cameras like this one happens to be friendly, so I don't have to worry about it. And these keypads here, he gave me the code. On PC you have to remember the codes yourself and input them manually, but probably for the sake of a controller system they put them in automatically, which is a good change for a console. You see, I got 25 points just for finding this place. That's pretty cool. Tranquilizer darts. How do I crouch? And you find these little PDA type things with logins and codes on them. If your hacking can't get into a certain terminal, you might be able to find the code somewhere. So, here, attention night shift, van camera login, same as old login, satcom, new password, UNATCO_001. We will beat you at darts on Saturday, suckers. Okay, cool. They're talking about this security terminal here. So, it shows you any logins you've got automatically here. Satcom. This just blew my mind in the day. There was nothing like this, where you could log into a terminal and like access security cameras in other parts of the level to see stuff before you went in there, or to turn them off so they wouldn't see you, that kind of thing. So this is the one right outside the van we're just in. There's the satellite dish, and there's that hatch which is locked. We could pick the lock, but why bother wasting a lockpick on that? We'll just unlock it, and we'll open it remotely too. And we'll turn the camera off, because I don't like people watching my imminent crimes when I steal from the people I work for. You can go to other cameras also. This is the one outside the main HQ. I don't think you can control them. Oh wait, you can. You can control them. Yeah, you can even control the cameras. I mean, that's just friggin' amazing for back in the day. And this is the one just inside the office. You go just inside the office area, you don't have to load into. But when you go behind that guy in the desk and you walk around there, you have to load into UNATCO HQ. You'll see later. We'll go there. Can't go there now because terrorists are still a problem. So we'll deal with them first. EMP grenade, quite handy. And there's some stuff behind here too. No man. Yeah, we'll untag that. Yeah, see, it seems to automatically tag weapons for cycle. Another lockpick, very handy. The way the lockpicking skill works is the lower your lockpicking skill, the more lockpicks you'll need to use to open a lock. So even a simple lock, I'll probably need to use 2 or 3 at my current skill level. So until I invest in lockpicking, save those lockpicks for when you really need them. Yeah, don't think I'm missing anything here. The main entrance to Natco HQ.
You want to whack some thugs? You better load up.
Yeah, later. I don't have the money for the scope just yet, but I will have. So let's stop dicking around and go into the statue. Well, not into the statue, but into the garden surrounding it. You see Unatco HQ. We came down that little path coming out of it there and heading to the east. So we're going to appear in the big Statue of Liberty area in sort of the southwest corner. There's one annoying thing about my TV. You won't be able to see it in the recording, but I see it every time it goes to a load screen. The load screen and the in-game screen are obviously different resolutions. So whenever it switches them, I get this little info bar across the top of my TV telling me what resolution it's currently running at. That lasts for a few seconds. I wish I could turn that feature off.
NSF everywhere, JC. Your orders are to shoot on sight. A UNATCO informant on the North Dock can get you inside the statue. Look for a bomb. Identify yourself with the phrase iron and copper.
Yeah, this was in the days before cover systems, so... Whoop. Oh, damn it. Anyway, the more still you stand... You have to crouch as well because they hear you. There are some augmentations you can get to remedy that. Does he walk around or does he just... Woohoo! Nice thing about the gun is it doesn't make quite as much noise as you might think, so enemies can be closer than you would think and they won't hear the gun, but they will still hear if they're close enough. See, there I got a crossbow, just like I said, so we didn't need to take the one from Paul. I got candy bar, cigarettes. Let me just untag anything I don't want to appear. Melee weapons, a baton, which is non-lethal. Knife is lethal. Riot prod is non-lethal. And the crossbow, which can be both lethal and non-lethal. So the darts, if you hit them in the head with a dart, you can kill them, but I think you have to be close. And it doesn't always work. It's not reliable, so I don't like to use it. Anyway, in all the years I played the game, I never noticed there was a freaking medlab bot in here. And there are quite a few of them in the crates around this area. If you need healing, instead of using your consumable health kits, you can find a healing bot, and there are healing bots in these things. And yeah, it's even got a listing of strength, so I could blow it open with an explosive if I wanted to. But I think that might hurt the healing bot that's in it, so hard to say. Let's just get this crate. No, that's not what I wanted. Gas grenades are very handy if enough enemies are close together in a confined space. You'd be surprised how far you can actually shoot enemies from in this game with a pistol. As he saw me, I shot him in the face, so he didn't have the chance to raise any alarms. Ugh. See, that's why you untag things. Nothing worse than trying to cycle through your things and shoot when you're being attacked by a robot and you accidentally whip out a gas grenade and throw it at the robot. Not only will you waste it because it'll have no effect on the robot, but you'll screw yourself over and you'll waste your gas grenade.
Who's there?
I thought it would be harder to aim on the PS2 controller because they're rather insensitive.
Be careful. The NSF has set up patchwork security systems here.
And it is pretty difficult because the PS2's analog sticks are somewhat insensitive and inelegant compared to modern ones. But they get the job done, and I've got auto-aiming enabled, just in case. So it does help. It doesn't aim for you, but it helps you aim if you can get your crosshair close enough to the target. Pepper gun prod charger. Here's an NSF PDA. Brother, I've set up turrets and cameras in the statue ruins. A hasty defense, but since we won't be here long, it should work. The security computer login is NSF001. Password is smash the state. In the PC you had to type these in manually, and you had to make note of the case. It was case sensitive. So the NSF001 would have had to be in capitals, and smash the state would have had to be in lowercase. If there was even one letter in the wrong case, it wouldn't work. And just let me check something real quick here. Make sure the recording is actually running and I'm not just talking to myself. Nope, it's going. Good. It's because I have to activate the recording while I'm looking away from the game screen. Because I don't have multiple monitors to use. I've got one TV to which all my consoles and my PC are all hooked up. So I have to change channels. And it just occurred to me, what if I pressed the start recording button and it didn't take? But it seems to have taken. So we're... oh shit. This is what I wanted the GEP gun for. You didn't see anything.
Security bot in this area.
Damn it.
You can either avoid its patrol route, or, if you're feeling lucky, try and take it out with the EMP grenades or explosives. I wouldn't recommend taking it on with small arms.
Screw you, you've got small arms. Anyway, I got rid of that bot. It's a pain to get rid of any other way. Whoop, don't want to get seen by him. Anyway, as I was saying, you can almost snipe with this pistol. It's so damn accurate if you let the crosshairs converge. And as long as you get a headshot, you should take them out instantly. We'll just rid ourselves of any assholes. Now another thing you can use the GEP gun or any explosives for is getting into crates like this. See there, it says lock strength 40%. At the lowest level of lockpicking you only get 10% per lockpick, so it would take me 4 lockpicks to open that, and I don't have 4. But it also says, even though it's a crate, it says door strength 50%. That means I can damage it. And since there's nothing else I need to use rockets for in this area, it was going to lock onto the rat. How about that, huh? And I just killed the rat. Anyway, credit chit. 100 credits, not bad. And 30-06 ammo for a sniper rifle. Could have sworn there were some flares in here as well. At least they were on the PC version, and I remember if you shot the crate with something explosive in the PC version, it would ignite one of the flares. the closest one. Okay, now there's a security camera up there and a dude. I'll show you now. Where are my binoculars? There they are. Can I zoom in any further? Apparently not. Okay, well, you can see the security camera there. The terminal that controls it. This security camera is a problem. Not only will it set off an alarm, but it's got a turret right next to it. And turrets will kill you within like a second and a half, you're dead. So we need to get to that terminal to shut it off. And get rid of this guy too would be handy. So I found a use for the binoculars after all. Because the resolution of the game, it's damn hard to see which direction that frickin' security camera is looking in. I think I already checked his corpse. Here's another corpse of one of our guys here. Let's see if I can snipe this guy dead from all the way over here. I have done it before. In reality, that wouldn't be impossible in reality, but it would be very unlikely to make a shot like that with a handgun and human accuracy. Now we can see the camera looks towards us and away. So it's got a blind spot here. We'll just log in. Camera status off. Now it can't see us. Turret status bypassed. We'll unlock and open the doors. Wait a minute, there's more cameras. Apparently not. Because there's a camera inside the statue where you have to go up the stairs from the main lobby. That is kind of a pain in the ass, and in the PC version you can control that camera from here. But because you have to load into the area, I guess you can't get it from here because it's a different area. Anyway, we could get into the statue and finish the mission, but there are experience points yet to be earned, so we're not going in there yet. Yeah, you get flares. I'm not rightly sure what these are good for, but you find a few of them. And in the PC version there's a ladder you can climb up here and get in over the door, I think, instead of going through it. And in the PC version this area opens up directly into the statue, but as you can see it's a loading door in the PS2 version. But we're not done playing outside, not by a long shot. So let's carry on. Now there are some guys here. I also know there's a dog in the PC version in this area, but there doesn't seem to be one in the PS2 version. Oof. The sound of those birds flapping I thought was gunfire for a second. Fuck, did he see me? Where's he going? No, it wasn't me he saw a corpse and that freaked him out, so he ran to check it out. More tranq darts. Your netcode trooper doesn't have anything on him. I don't know how close you have to be before they can hear you running, so I'm not taking any chances. If this looks really easy, it's just because it's the first stage. It gets way harder later on, especially because I'm playing on realistic difficulty. And one notable thing about Deus Ex is you never get enough experience points to afford all the skills. You have to pick a set and kind of stick with it if you want to be good enough in the later levels to handle some of what it can throw at you. But it will force you to play a certain way. And there might be items you can find or strategies you can do to get by something outside of your play system, and that's kind of what makes Deus Ex, the original, so much fun. Here's the loading to the northern half of the outdoor area. And the reason we're going here is there's quite a few experience points to be acquired from this area. So we're going to get them. Who the bloody hell is messaging me while I'm doing a Let's Play? Anyway, I'm pretty sure that robot is there in the PC version, and it scared the crap out of me when I first started playing the game back in the day. I didn't realize it's a friendly robot. And there are some terrorists over there. And what you can do is you can go get their attention, and you can run to the robot, and they'll chase you, and the robot will kill them. Because they don't have anything that's even close to capable of taking the robot out. In fact, the robot's gonna go kill that one guy for us right now. Saves me a bullet. Pure profit there. I got 3 rounds of ammo from him. What the hell kind of terrorist is this guy? He only carries 3 rounds of ammo for a pistol. Anyway, there's a dude walking around there. I think he walks around and comes this way, but we've got time to smash this crate before he gets here. Oh, more pistol ammo. Stop messaging me! I don't know if you can hear that on the recording, but yeah. No one ever messages me or calls me except when I start bloody doing something or I don't need to be disturbed. Then suddenly everyone in the world wants to get a hold of me. And I don't know why. Because I'm not an important person. I can't help you with anything. Come on. Ugh, the nature of stealth games, waiting for people to take their patrol routes. The more things change, the more they stay the same, huh? I haven't taken a single hit yet. I'm doing quite well. Okay, tranq darts. Now this is going to be tricky. So I need to kill these 2 guys quickly before they can react to me. So I'm going to shoot the one dude in the head and then... Whoa! Usually it's a bit tricky because aiming, like I said, with the PS2 analog stick is a bit difficult, but I think auto-aim really helped me out there. More bullets, more tranq darts. Now we go down here because, whoa, hang on. Almost forgot, there's a lockpick just lying on the ground there. A valuable commodity when your lockpicking skill is quite low. Hazmat suit. Hazmat suits are handy. They're kind of a consumable item. That's one weird thing about Deus Ex. Some of the items you'll get, like light vision goggles and stuff, and hazmat suits, function like power-ups. So once you activate them, they're active for a short amount of time and then they're extinguished. Which is a bloody bizarre, like sort of old video game type of deal to have in a game this sophisticated. But yeah, it was kind of like between the old and the new, so it's kind of a weird thing to have.
This power box must have been damaged in the raid. Don't cross through the arcs. I'm also picking up an EMP field here. If you're not careful, it'll suck away your bioelectrical energy.
Yeah, so here's an example of one of the ways in the game you can do things different ways. So if I go through this, it won't damage me, but it will drain my augmentation's bioelectric energy, which I use to power my augmentations, of which I don't have any but the light yet. And then I'll need to use bioelectric cells or find a robot to recharge it for me. But there are ways around it. You can use a multi-tool to access that power box and shut the beam off. But that would require wasting a consumable that we could probably put to better use later. So we'll go a different way. And as you can see, you get a lot of experience points for exploring this area. I'll just turn my light on. And smash this crate. You can tell by the icon what kind of things are going to be in the crate. So that's an ammo crate. Both of them are ammo crates. But if you see the little blue thing with a triangle, that means it's a utility item crate. You'll get like batteries or other things from those. You get a weapon mod clip. And I can't reach that one, so... Ugh. You have to put your weapon away if you want to pick up crates and stuff. Which makes sense, I guess. And an accuracy modification. Sweet. Come on. Why the hell can't I get over? What the hell? Ah, there we go. Just turn my light off. Now, as you can see, that was quite a good little haul there. We got experience points and weapon mods. Now, you can put the mods on your current weapon just by cycling to them here in the thingamajig. Like, almost all weapons can take the modifications. But I'm not going to use these on this pistol. I'm going to save them for a different pistol, which we will get shortly. By the way, while I do know the first level pretty well, because it's quite similar to the PC version, I've never actually finished the first level of the PS2 game, so when I do this, it'll be a first, and everything from then on will be essentially blind. Because, like anyone who played Deus Ex in the past, Deus, whatever, I'm just going to call it Deus Ex, that's what everyone I know calls it. You know, you get the urge to, like Yahtzee says, you get the urge to play it over the years, and usually it doesn't take much more than the first level to get it out of your system, so once you get past the first level, you generally kind of fade out pretty quickly, so I have pretty good memory of the first sort of 2 levels, and vague memories of the PC version back in 2001 or whenever I played it, and my memory fades pretty quickly towards the end of the game. I remember the last level pretty well, but everything else, who knows. Anyway, there's another bot in here, another medical bot. That one I didn't know about the first time I played the PC game, indeed the first time I finished it, but in one of my attempts to play it again, I did find that. So I knew about that one, but the one around the front I didn't know about, and I wondered if it was in the PC version too, and sure enough it is. Multi-tool. Anyway, this loops back around to the southern half of the statue. So we are now there where it says the Statue of Liberty ruins. You see that we're sort of in the on the rightmost side there. We're kind of halfway down there. So if we go through that loading area, we'll end up in the southern half, right where the writing Statue of Liberty ruins is. That's where we'll end up. But we need to go talk to that guy on the dock first to get the experience points for that. Because getting in the statue without his help is not hard. You see, I've already opened a way up there. And you can also climb in through that ladder over there, just by jumping up these crates. So difficult it is not. But we will keep going. These bots are pretty cool. Later on you'll find bots of this type that aren't friendly. And if you don't have any way of taking them out, you'll definitely want to stay away from them.
It all happened an hour ago. The barge docked and the NSF moved right on in, offloading the cargo into speedboats. Our undercover man, Harley Philbin, should be somewhere out on the docks now.
I can't believe I made that shot. That was a ridiculously long shot. Don't mind me. Yep, some more ammo from him. Probably some tranquilizer ammo from him. Some more flares and cigarettes from that guy. Equip. Yeah. Get some more rockets for my rocket launcher, the Gep gun. And some more sniper ammo for a sniper rifle, which I don't have yet. Now in the PC version there is a medical crate here that you can smash open for a healing item, I think. But not in this version.
About time you showed up. Iron and copper. The statue is copper on an iron frame, right?
Password's enough, pal. Don't think you know something about the lady I don't. My dad did tours out here.
I heard that you can get me inside.
Depends. You get your man out, take back the statue, whatever. But I know the commander and I don't want to see him get hurt. Here's a picture so you don't make a mistake.
I can't promise you anything, man.
I can't promise. In the line of duty, I may have to use force.
Buddy, I don't know. The commander's not much of a soldier. He'll surrender right away.
I don't see anyone waving a white flag.
He's my main contact at the NSF. I need him alive and out on bail, or I don't have much of a business. You can forget the key.
We have an emergency here. A terrorist offensive on UN-protected territory. Do you work for UNATCO or not?
There's more than one way into the statue. You want to kill rebels, you're on your own. Yeah, you should sneak in from the back. Less chance of a shootout that way.
I don't want to kill rebels, I just like it. Yeah, so I got the experience points. You get the same experience points even if you agree to him, and he gives you the key, but I don't need his stupid key. I've already unlocked the door with my hacking skills. And that woman over there offers you some items you can buy, but it's nothing I need. And you don't get any experience points to talking to her, so we'll just carry on with the level. We'll finish mopping up outside. Because there are a few guys we have yet to kill in the southern half, because we didn't go all the way around the southern half, so we'll do that real quick. Won't take long, there's no more experience points to be gained, and as you see, you don't get experience points for killing soldiers. But you do get to rob their corpses, and sometimes they have useful items, so we're gonna go murder the rest of them. Yeah, now we're loading back into the southern half. Okay. Where is this guy? Oh shit, there he is. He's gonna see me. But not if he has no brain to see me with. See, there you get. Oh shit. Can he see me? I'm like standing full height and there's a dude over there. Yeah, I got my sniper rifle. Since it's probably already active, I can... How the hell do I... as you can see, unskilled. Yeah, try shoot a gun. Oh, shit, 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 shit. No! Oh, fuck. This is going to be a fucking disaster. Whew! Well, don't worry, he won't go to hell alone. So, yeah, I was trying to show you the sniper rifle when untrained. You try to use a sniper rifle. And I just accidentally reloaded it. Yeah. It's actually pretty steady at the moment. You know, it's not that bad. I think you have to stand still for a very long time, though. Anyway, by the time you get your skills up really high, the sniper rifle is like rock solid steady, and you can shoot the very pixel you want to shoot. Aha! Let me take it off the cycle so I don't accidentally end up pulling it out. Another multi-tool. Yeah, now there are two guys over here. Whew. Oh shit, I've just started a massive firefight.
Keep looking. Something funny about that guy.
As you can see, if you don't get a headshot, it takes considerably more rounds to kill them. And surprisingly, I didn't take a hit during that undignified gunfight. Luckily there are no alarm panels or anything these guys could go and activate, so them seeing me wasn't a big deal. Crank darts. And yeah, if you go back in the game a little bit, you'll see the enemies have the same level of accuracy you do. So when this guy shot at me, he probably didn't aim for very long. That's why his tranquilizer dart thudded into the ground right in front of me, and I was able to actually pick it up and add it to my inventory. Which is pretty cool. I think that's everyone. Anyway, we'll go into the statue around the front, just for convenience, so I can rescue Gunther Hermann on my way up. Yeah, that's everyone, and there's no more threats, so I can just run free right down the middle of the main path without worrying about drawing any attention, because I've murdered everyone. I've turned off all the cameras, I've opened the doors. I'm a one-man army regular. Okay. Now, PC version, you'd be able to just walk on in. You could see inside from the outside and like shoot the guys in there from the outside with a sniper rifle if you wanted to. But PS2 version, memory limitations, we've got to load into the area. Now there's a dude down here. And there's a dude up there as well, and he didn't hear me shoot this guy, so you can see just how much well, I guess you could say you could get away with murder with the pistols. Anyway, yeah, so we've got to get rid of these two guys. There's a medical crate here. God, these textures are low resolution on the PS2. It's like muddy as fuck. It's gonna take a few seconds to see me. Whew. Yeah, it's because you like just tap the PS2 on and it might go a little bit further than you wanted to, so you might miss even with auto aim enabled. But that didn't happen. Oh, another crate. I forgot about this one. You don't get much for these medical kits until you invest in your where is it? Your medicine skill here. So it tells you some info. Practical knowledge of human physiology can be applied by an agent in the field, allowing more efficient use of medkits. So untrained is what I'm currently on, I think. An agent can use medkits, but I get maybe like 10 hit points back. Trained, an agent can heal slightly more and reduce the period of toxic poisoning. Advanced, an agent can heal moderately more damage and further reduce the period of toxic poisoning. And Master, an agent can perform a heart bypass with household materials. The game does have something of a sense of humor.
I think Gunther is being held behind this laser-triggered alarm. If you don't want to set off the alarm, you can either hack the control panel in the doorway or find a way around. My blueprint of the statue shows a few air shafts.
Yeah, so Gunther Hermann is behind these things to the left here. And there's a dude who patrols back and forth. I'll just wait here and shoot him in the head as he comes out. Just get rid of him early. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay.
Stay cool. The guy's still around.
Oof. Okay, there were 3 of them. I thought there were only 2. Whoops. Okay. Well, you can use a multi-tool to hack this thing, and it's not very strong, so even though I'm untrained, it'll only cost me 1 multi-tool to hack it. But why bother with that? There are other ways. But first, I'm going to do something very uncharacteristic for a non-terrorist, and I'm going to go steal some poor bastard's money. Nothing personal, I don't even need his money, it's just I used this hacking skill, so goddammit I'm going to use it for something. So we hit the triangle button to hack, and it does all of this stuff. And hacking is very, very different, and in fact, hacking is actually better in the newer Deus Exes than in this one. And you see I get 13 seconds to do what I want to do. Access this account, withdraw it, and get out. Before any alarm sounds. So really, in this Deus Ex game, whether you're hacking terminals or turrets or whatever, you only have a limited time to do whatever you want to do. So really it's just a progress bar. So it checks, can you make the hack? And if it's yes, okay, you're in, and you've got a certain amount of time. You probably get more time the higher, the more you invest in the hacking skill, the more time you get.
This security setup is strictly amateur stuff. Keep an eye out for ways to bypass it. These old pre-millennial buildings are riddled with ventilation shafts and maintenance tunnels.
Huh, I almost walked away without picking up this stuff. There's a lockpick and a lightweight attack munition, or a LAM. And a data cube, it's the same one that was outside telling you the NSF smash the state stuff. You know, I just realized earlier on I was talking about out there, there's a that terminal that I used to switch off the camera there could also be used to switch off this one, but you can't do it in the PS2 version because it's in a different loading area. So there's a terminal in there, which I'm betting you can use that one to turn that camera off. So we're going to find out. Now here's what I find rather amusing about this. So you're an agent with all these internal nanotechnology augmentations. So wouldn't it be better to give you friggin' night vision or something, rather than this big frickin' torch that casts a light everyone can see? What do I know about science, eh? Anyway, I don't have to worry about making a noise or anything because I killed everyone in this room. This is, I don't think you can get through here, but, yeah, you can see through here for some reason. Anyway, here's a data cube. And that ATM we just hacked, if you don't have hacking skills, you can come to this ATM and, I mean, this PDA and get the login account number and PIN for that ATM. And he just tells you, hey, 90%, you know, 90% of the time the ATM is busted because so many people use it. And he's like, your husband to be, and hey, let's go out drinking. Here's a ATM thing in case you need money. And he wants to get married at the Statue of Liberty because that's where they met. I hope the terrorists didn't kill them. Data cube, I don't think there's anything else in here. Ugh, what the hell am I doing? It was already on. Now there are two other ways into the area where Gunter Herman is. You can go through this door. And you can either open this door with a lockpick or destroy it. And there's some soy food, and anyone who's played Deus Ex will know that's going to come in handy in the next mission. So we can open that door. Or you can climb up here and go to the vent shafts, and it will drop you off right next to Gunter Herman's cell. The only problem is that you can't see which way the camera in that cell is facing, so it might set off the alarm. Not that there's likely to be a huge penalty for that. I mean, we've murdered everyone on the lower floor, so it's not like if anyone came running it would be a bad thing for us. But what I tried to do is, I think there's a TNT crate around, yeah, out there there's a TNT crate. When I was playing the game to get used to the controls, I went and I got the crate and I crawled through here and I put it by the door here. And I went all the way back here and I shot it and it blew me into tiny pieces. Yeah, the TNT crate explosion radiuses are huge in this game, so don't underestimate them. But I think we've probably got rockets to spare, so why waste a lockpick? So yeah, that's where I was looking through earlier. So that's, I mean, a game that allowed this level of sort of do it your way was freaking amazing back in the day. Another lightweight attack munition. And there's all the three guys I shot from the other side of this laser grid. I'm getting lots of ammo here.
Gunther's in that room, one of our top agents.
I did check his body, and his body, yep, got everything. Now the camera is over here. You see, there's the vent I would have dropped out there, right in view of the camera.
Agent, open the door!
Turn the camera off. Da-da-da. Unlock and open the door. Get another accuracy bod. Don't think there's anything. Oh, more soy food. Oh, the guy was obviously washing his hands when I disturbed him, so he just ran off to sea and he got shot in the face. Poor guy. Where are you, Herman? There you are.
Glad you're not hurt, Agent.
Command should not have left us to be surrounded.
Risk is part of the job. I think you lucked out this time.
Agent Navarra and I were ready to go in, but for no reason they said pull back. I do not retreat. Please Give me a weapon and move out of the way.
I don't want to give him my pistol, it's the only one I've got.
First thing is to get you out of here. I'll handle the enemy.
Excuse that I have forgotten your brother Paul Denton and the infinite power of nano-augmentation.
I just can't spare any arms. Please retreat to a safe location.
Go ahead. Advance up the stairs to the command center at the top. I will take my rusty metal bones and sweep away into the junk pile.
This guy's corny German accent amuses me to no end. And yeah, as you can see, more experience points, so if for no other reason than the experience points, it's worth rescuing this guy. And let me check, see if I can turn that other camera off from here. Yes, I can. Haha. And we will bypass the turret. And there are no other cameras. Well, this just made my life almost criminally easy. Strangely, you can't turn off the laser grids from computers. It's always by a control box you have to hack with a multi-tool, which is your electronic skill, not your hacking skill. They're two different things. Which does mean if you try to cover as much ground as you can with your skills and be able to do as much as you can, you still end up stretched a little thin, because electronics and hacking are two different things. Anyway, this is the camera that would have seen me, and it's a pain in the arse because you have to come from down the stairs, and it's hard to see where it's looking and where it will be able to see you when you're on the stairs and so on. But we turned it off so we don't have to worry about it. Anyway, these lambs, lightweight attack munitions, you can throw them like grenades or plant them as mines. They're pretty handy, but we don't, damn it, we don't want to accidentally pull that out while we're trying to draw our pistol. I think another thing you can do is, this is a sort of toxic barrel, and if you shoot it, it creates a toxic cloud that will kill any enemies in it. Not much use to us where it currently is, so we'll just leave it alone.
Did they find the shipment? Yeah, we got the whole supply. You can see the ship's lights crossing the bay. Guess y'all were right. So why aren't we pulling out? Mike's on the horn. Jojo wants a lead on the distribution network. Yeah, we don't have enough men to protect what we've got. That's what Jojo wants. I wonder, how does a guy with a tattooed forehead get to be an NSF colonel? Pardon me, but back in Alabama, we wouldn't let a man who wears earrings plan a military operation.
I'd watch what I say about Jojo. He's got a temper.
He's a punk and he's gonna get us all killed.
The NSF is strong because it represents everyone's interests.
Yeah.
Huh. Old American right-winger type dude here. I'm gonna enjoy killing you.
They found us. Take him out. God damn.
Anyone else? No. Okay. Trank darts and ammo. Now this could be difficult. See there, there's a poison grenade on the wall. And the way you disarm those things is, for anyone who's played Fallout, for instance, the same way you disarm mines. You approach them quickly before they explode and you activate them. Seems easy enough, but trying to keep your cursor exactly on the thing as you approach it with a PS2 controller, this could go badly, so god damn it. This thing's pretty handy. It's like a one-shot insta-kill little weapon. I'll keep that for if I need it later. Put it away. Okay. Fuck it! Ugh. I tried. Now you can see. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a poison cloud there now, and if I go into it, I'll take damage. Son of a bitch. When I was practicing earlier, I got them both, but I fucked up this time. Anyway, there's another one on the other side. Let's see if I can get this one without fucking up. Come on now. Fuck! Oh, god damn it. Okay. Clearly not. I could swear my cursor was on it, but hitting the activate button didn't do a damn thing. Now, I think there might be one difference with the PS2 version I just noticed. That's different to the PC version. On the PC version you could get damage to different areas of your body. That doesn't seem to be the case here. It just seems you have a life bar. Yeah, but in the PC version you could get like your legs damaged. If you got one leg damaged, you could still walk. If you got both legs damaged, you were pretty much moving around in a slow crouch all the time. And I think if you got both your arms damaged, for instance, you couldn't use heavy weapons or what have you, and your aim would probably suffer. So you could actually go into the healing interface and heal specific parts of your body, kind of like you can in Fallout. Anyway, the cloud is still there. But this one should have dissipated by now. We're just coming out here because there are a few more people to murder. If I can find the way down. If that was an explosive, like a lamb instead of a gas grenade, that would have killed me instantly, so I probably wouldn't have taken the risk if that were the case. I think if you invest in the demolition expert skill, I think you get more time to disarm them. I think. I can't remember exactly. But it's not likely to be a skill I'm going to invest in for a while yet. We'll see how it goes. Choose which skills I need according to what I end up doing in the game. Anyway, no one down here. Hey, buddy. I took a risk running further than I normally would before crouching. But as you can see, it's not hard to get close enough for a decent pistol shot, rather than a risky pistol sniper shot, which I have been doing and actually getting quite a few of, but unnecessary risks. Okay. For some reason, even though I was dead on his head, it didn't kill him instantly. So I wasted a few bullets trying to take him out. Guess I shouldn't worry about wasting bullets too much. Yeah, see at the back there, where I said you could climb up the crates to get into the statue, that's where you would come in. I think there are... oh, there's two more guys, not one more. Don't turn around, don't turn around. Like the Ace of Base song. Don't turn around, I don't want to see your heartbreak. And I'll hum because I don't know the words. He might run to see his buddy's corpse if he sees it before I get a good lock on his head, but he didn't get close enough. Anyway, I think that's almost all of the enemies. There might just be one or two up the stairs where the commander is, but I think that's almost all of them. We have literally done a genocide on this level. Well, I guess a full genocide would be killing the friendly guys too, but that's not a good idea, because you attack the friendly guys, then the robots will be hostile, and you don't want that. I'll keep my gun out just in case. I think this is as far as I got when I was practicing, and then I ran up the stairs expecting no more guys, and there was one guy up there. Or maybe two, I can't remember, we'll see. And he killed my stupid ass.
Gunther has re-established contact. He says you helped him escape. Good work.
Doopy 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 doo 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 doo.
Some news, JC. The NSF targeted a shipment of the plague vaccine Ambrosia. We can't locate it. See if the leader will surrender when you reach the command post. We'd like to interrogate him.
I thought that was the whole reason I was coming up here. But thanks for the reminder. How many guys are here? 2 of them. Yeah, I blundered into these guys and I'd taken a few hits, so they killed me. Now the commander is right up there. He must have heard the 2 guys die. He must be shitting his pants by now. Anyway, there's a PS20 there. You can only carry 1 of those at a time, though. It's a PS20. It's what we'll be gaming on in 30 years.
Easy. We want you to take this one alive and conscious. Find out what you can about the shipment, then turn him over to one of the troopers.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The guy gives you a picture of the guy so that you don't make a mistake. And, yep, as you can see, that's him over there. Woohoo! 700 experience points. Cool.
Don't shoot. I surrender.
So you think you know better than FEMA what to do with this month's Ambrosia shipment?
You're too late. It's on its way back to the people, and you can't do a damn thing about it.
Tell me about the shipment, and I'll order the troops to pick you up as a prisoner instead of a corpse.
Ask away. We already won this round.
Where are you taking it?
We're just giving ordinary people the same chance to survive as the bureaucrats in Washington.
You'll have to unload in New York because the choppers would spot you at sea.
I think the government made the plague on purpose to get rid of the population growth.
Okay.
Well done. I will pass on your orders to the troopers. Report back to base on the west side of the island. Mission complete.
Now there's our first augmentation canister. So this is our first upgrade. You find them kind of like you do in the newer Deus Ex games. You find like Praxis kits. Well, here you find augmentation canisters. So I'll take that. I'll use it later, but we've got it.
Finally let us loose. We were right behind you and cut through them like a hot knife through butter.
Bullshit, you did. I killed everyone. You're a liar. Okay, anyway. You can talk to this guy a few more times and he says some interesting stuff that colors the story of Deus Ex.
Just answer the question.
Don't believe me? It's all in the numbers. For 100 years, there's been a conspiracy of plutocrats against ordinary people.
You have a single fact to back that up.
Number 1. In 1945, corporations paid 50% of federal taxes. Now they pay about 5%. Number 2. In 1900, 90% of Americans were self-employed. Now it's about 2%.
So?
It's called consolidation. Strengthen governments and corporations, weaken individuals. With taxes, this can be done imperceptibly over time.
I guarantee you that the interrogation staff at UNATCO will not be as forbearing as I am.
Yeah, the secret police. You're just bullies for a completely illegitimate government in Washington.
We will locate that shipment one way or another.
The entire executive branch is handpicked. 19 of the last 23 U.S. presidents have been members of the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is financed by the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. Don't tell me.
That's a think tank. Anyone can become a member.
But not everyone does. That's why they call it the secret government. You can't fight ideas with bullets.
That's all he's got to say for now. So now we get to go back to the office and report the job to our commander. Can't believe I fucked up both of those grenades. Ugh, luckily they weren't explosives, otherwise I'd have to do this again. Because I haven't saved yet, you may have noticed. I hope the bloody power doesn't go off. That would be a real
They
bummer.
sent us in to pick up the pieces. We've already searched the bodies and delivered the enemy munitions to the quartermaster.
Really, you couldn't have found much because I looted every single one of them. And I'm not giving it to the quartermaster. The quartermaster can go fuck himself. Unfortunately, unlike the newer Deus Exes, you can't sell stuff. You can only buy things. So find money and buy shit. That's all you can do. But I may as well keep all the things I'm not going to use in my inventory, because when I search corpses, it doesn't let you choose what items you want. It just adds everything the corpse has to your inventory. So you'll keep on picking up shit you don't want anyway, so just live with it from the start is my suggestion. And even on the PC version it's like that. You don't get to choose what you want from the inventories on the PC version. It just dumps everything in their inventory into yours. So that is not a PS2 thing, that's on all versions. Anyway, before I got my hands on Deus Ex, the closest thing I played to this was a demo of System Shock 2. My neighbor bought a games magazine, and it had a cover disc on it that had a demo of System Shock 2, and I played that about like 20 times, I think. Wanted that game so bad, but I never owned it. Never owned it until it was released on GOG.com. But this filled that longing quite nicely, this game.
Way to go, sir.
And now Paul's gonna come give me some shit about killing people.
We've got the island secured. How did things look in the statue? The leader surrendered, so they were after Ambrosia. A month's supply for the East Coast. We think they've taken it back to the city. I didn't know UNATCO handled the Ambrosia distribution. Manderley will brief us shortly. UNATCO makes sure the limited supply of vaccine gets to government agencies and key industries. It's good to finally see some action. Yeah, well, pace yourself. You killed a lot of people tonight. I'll handle things out here. You better get to Manderley's office on level 2 and report for duty.
Now we finally get to go into the office. I remember these reflective floors just blew my mind back in the day when I played it on PC. And you can read newspapers and books to get some backstory, but you don't want to see me doing that, do you?
Way to go, sir. I thought Gunther was a goner.
Candy's not good for you, I'll take that. And we can just randomly walk up to people and pick up their PDAs and start reading it. That guy told us the code for the comms that we found those items in, but if you didn't know it, you could get it from this PDA.
It's my first day, too. I'm pretty excited.
Well, you picked a hell of a first day. I can't help but wonder what the hell they've got trophies for in an anti-terrorist organization's lobby. What, do they have a softball team or something?
Check in with Manderley on level 2.
Here we come to the load screen that lets you into UNATCO HQ. This is the one the PC version does have. It's Agent Ana Navarra. Something interesting happens with her later on in the game, which we will get there. We will get there. Funky little techno tune that plays when you get into this place. And you have a reflection too, that's pretty cool.
Come on in. The retinal scanner can read blood vessel patterns right through your sunglasses.
And if you've got a few hours to kill, you can heal yourself one hit point at a time from the drinking fountain.
I heard there was a lot of fighting topside.
Well, there wasn't fighting so much as there were a lot of ambushes. Fights only happened when I didn't pull off my ambushes properly.
Remember that Mr. Manderley wants to see you. Level 2.
Yes, you just told me 30 seconds ago, Alex. Shut up. Now you can break into other people's offices and stuff, and I don't think there's anything too worthwhile breaking in for.
Hell of a first day.
That I totally forgot how to speak English. I think there's an accuracy mod there. Let's just see what that is.
Didn't know the NSF had so many.
Yeah, that's an accuracy mod. I'll need 3 lockpicks in order to get by this door. Whoops. How do I... there we go.
We'll finish the job when we get.
And I don't know if these guys will give you any shit if they see you picking a lock in this place. I think they might. Anyways, through here leads to the break room. This is our boss's office, Joseph Manderley. You actually see his name mentioned once or twice in some email documents in the in Deus Ex. What are the first one called? Yeah, Human Revolution was the first of the new ones. So you actually see there's 1 or 2 emails with the name J. Manderley in it. So they're probably talking about this guy. I don't know if there are any in Mankind Divided, though there probably are some emails with his name in it.
Good work out there, Mr. Denton. Mr. Manderley said you handled yourself nicely. Welcome to UNATCO HQ. Our little family keeps getting bigger.
Is Mr. Manderley available?
Yes, go right in. By the way, your computer account is ready. Log in JCD, password Bionic Man.
You got the closet key, which is pretty handy because there are some closets here with some items in them that are kind of useful. There's 2 lockpicks and I can't remember what's in there. How many lockpicks do I have? I have 6 of them. And 6 multi-tools. Huh. And while I would normally just blow this open, I can't because this has infinite strength, so it won't explode or anything. I think this might be pistol ammo, which I could always use, so... No, it's not. It's a pepper cartridge. You didn't see me use the pepper cartridge, but if you're going for a non-lethal run, the pepper gun probably be quite handy. It won't knock them out, but what happens is you run up to an enemy, and you spray them in the face, and they stand there rubbing their eyes, and you can just pull out your baton and just knock them out, even on low skill, because it's very easy. So, if anyone wants to do a non-lethal run, that's one way you can do it. Okay, this is my office.
You found your office. Did Janice give you your login? Yes, I see here that she did.
She sure did. You can read those books for more backstory on the world. They're all, you know, Knights Templar and Illuminati and Trilateral Commission and all that kind of stuff. It's very interesting, but not interesting to watch someone do. So, we have emails here. This is from Jaime Reyes, the medic of this place. And apparently him and JC went to the academy together, so they know each other. It's like, greetings and energy. Hey JC! I guess I'll have to get used to calling you JC around the office. Not sure where they came up with that, but at least they gave you the same last code name as your brother. Anyways, whatever they're calling you, it's good to see a familiar name on the roster. My first job here has been to read up on your augmentations. I'm beginning to see why you found classes so easy. Every neuron in your head has been augmented. For example, the voice in your head from an operator, someone here at HQ, able to handle the scanning equipment in your skull and broadcasts device over your infolink. Blech. Leaps fully formed right into your temporal lobe, bypassing eardrums and its sensory neurons. It's perfectly inaudible to everyone around you, of course. Not to mention that the nanites clinging to your axons can both receive and transmit symbolic information, so if you ever need help, don't sweat it. Someone at HQ probably already knows. Come by if you want to hear more. This is great stuff. Jaime. We have another message from to Gunther Hermann. I was asked by the regional medical coordinator to forward this information to all of you. I do so without further comment. It's like, ugh. By now you've heard about the upcoming transitions to nano-augmentations. It's coming, but not as soon as you think. UNATCO has only one nano-augmented agent, with a second now just graduating, that's us, from the academy. It will be years before the program leaves the laboratory. Yeah. Your mechanical augmentations are not obsolete. Some agents express concern that they will be walking junk in 10 years. One agent expressed their fears in an anonymous email saying, "Well be sold at flea markets old grey golems for scaring the children. What about my legs? What about my life?" Sick. Okay. Keep some perspective. Prosthetics remain the only proven technology for enhancing human abilities. Those who make sacrifices are appreciated, commended, and saluted as heroes. And here's just more stuff about nano-augmentation stressors. Blah blah blah, in an effort to blah blah blah. Blah blah blah, only minimal disfiguration, blah 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 blah. Very nice. But, as you can guess from that mail and from what you may have seen when we met Gunter Herman, there's a little bit of animosity between the sleek new agents like myself and the old, obsolete, clunky metal ones. I wonder if there's anything in this box. Nope, not a damn thing. Dum 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 dum. Anyway, oh, hey, check it out. PDA. Let's see what's on there. She'll probably bitch at me for reading it, but... Mr. Mandalay, just FYI, your new password is Night Killer. I know you led that mission in Paris against that old terrorist organization, or whatever it was. Your login is still J. Mandalay. Janice.
What's the idea, JC?
You left it there. Here we go.
Reporting for duty, sir.
The man himself. Splendid. Do you accept my apologies about the situation topside?
A refreshing change from the academy, sir.
Don't despise training, my boy. Even you would be worthless without the shaping touch of drills and studies.
So the NSF took a shipment of the Ambrosia vaccine? Give me a chopper and a pilot and I'll handle it.
I'm sure you could. Yes, indeed. But we're having your brother head up the recovery team. You'll work with Agent Ana Navarra. Why don't we meet when you've seen Jaime for a medical checkup and received your equipment from Sam Carter? You'll be briefed at that time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, in case any of you weren't paying attention, or in case I forgot to explain, those terrorists stole a shipment of vaccine called Ambrosia. And what that's for is there's a plague that's currently killing everyone in the world. I think they call it the Great Death or something. It's basically like a modern version of the freaking bubonic plague, or whatever they called it. And yeah, the common folk are all dying by the thousands. And they're angry because the only people that seem to be able to get access to a vaccine are politicians and officials and rich people. So this group called the NSF basically stole the shipment, saying they're going to give it to the common people. Since we work for the government, we've got to go get it back. No points to any of you who guessed there's a big betrayal story coming. I mean, it's as inevitable as the fucking tide, isn't it? Now, one of the funny things you can do is you can go into the woman's bathroom, and there's a woman in there and she bitches at you for it, and apparently goes and tattles to Mandalay because the next time you see him, he plays out his usual dialogue, but just before you leave he tells you to stay out of the women's bathrooms. Yeah. But, you know, I'm like transgender and shit, so I can go in here.
How unprofessional.
Hey, I can use whatever bathroom I want to, lady. That's kind of like the law now, okay? In fact, you know, if I claim that
Expecting a show.
I have some kind of need that I have to piss on you, I'm sure I can get that passed as law too. No? Okay. Anyway, we have to go here to get our medical checkup from Jaime. This is the guy we got the email from. And you get 50 points just for finding the med lab.
Hey, JC.
You look like the real thing. They actually let you operate on people?
Just fixed Gunther's knee, in fact. A sticky actuator. So far, I feel more like a mechanic than a doctor.
I'm impressed.
They actually let you point a gun at people.
We'll have to catch up later. I've got to leave for New York right away. Could you send Manderley whatever it is he wants?
No problem. Listen, JC, about your augmentations. You know they're preparing to roll out the technology worldwide, right?
As long as I don't turn green and grow a pair of antennas, as I understand it.
Yeah, well, the design is pretty modular, which means you'll soon have access to upgrades from standard augmentation canisters.
I think I picked one of those up at the top of the statue.
The canisters contain a carload of ROM modules. Some are generic upgrades, others require you to make permanent choices about how to configure one of your subsystems.
It's about time they implemented some of this stuff.
Have you met your partner yet, Anna Navarra? I think she and Gunter are upstairs in the break room.
Haven't run into her.
A real piece of work. Maybe you should compare notes before the operation. You never know. She might go easy on you.
Okay, well, we'll just take your key from behind there. So we can get into the medical closet and get us another healing kit. And we'll search this guy. We get throwing knives, which won't do me much good, but anyway. Now, you can go down here for some other stuff, but I don't think there's much for us to do down there. I mentioned earlier the medical bots. There were some in those crates around the statue. Well, this is what they look like. And they heal you for free. They have a cooldown period, I think. So you can't just keep doing it, like sit by one of them and have a firefight and keep shooting and keep healing yourself. You have to wait 30 seconds before they can do it again, but free healing, pretty cool. And here it just tells you about that machine, nothing exciting. And our tech support guy is in here.
Getting warm. You're red hot. Looks like you found me.
Alex Jacobson, I think, is his name.
Like leading a mouse to cheese.
This thing is starting to give me a headache.
Don't worry, we shut it down when you go off duty.
I guess I'll get used to it.
I'm Alex Jacobson, communications engineer.
I suppose you already know who I am.
Getting there. You're certainly quicker on the uptake than your brother Paul ever was.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I'll be watching your back.
He doesn't have much to say. And that's the,
You okay, JC? You're acting strange.
I'm feeling fine. I just, you know, my fingers are like metal, so they're magnetic, so things tend to stick to them. Change Gunter Hermann password to Zeitgeist. Next week it'll be Schadenfreude. Strange guy. Oh no, he's just a German guy. See, I can hack Manderley's email from another terminal. And he's proposing a skull gun. This is from Gunter Hermann to Manderley and Navarra. And he wants a skull gun. So let's try and read it the way Gunter would have said it. Like, might I suggest again, a skull gun for my head. Yesterday at Battery Park, some scum we all know pushes smack for NSF gets jumpy and draws. I take 2 22s, one in the flesh, one in the orgs, before I can get out that damn assault gun. If I could just kill by thought, it would be better. Is it my job to be a human target practice backstop? And let's see, from someone or other to Joseph Manderley. Our little experiment. Should be arriving soon. Clear it for domination SF ops as soon as possible, but proceed with caution. We have serious concerns about the primary unit and would like to avoid any potential contamination. Clearly they're talking about me as the one that just arrived, and the primary unit is our brother Paul. And apparently he's not performing to spec, so they're a little concerned. Let's see what Herman's ones have to say. This is from Manderley. I have personally forwarded your request to appropriations. Whoops. Upgrading our combat readiness is an ongoing priority. Speaking of which, you certainly made the best of a difficult situation yesterday. We applaud your courage. Thank you for living to work another day, Gunther. We need more agents like you, Joseph Mandel. And there's the skull gun. Might I suggest a skull gun for my... I won't read it again. From Jaime Reyes. I was asked, could we jump in blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's the same mail from the other ones. Our new recruit. And this is from Mandalay to... No, from Jaime... No, from Mandalay to Herman. Paul's brother will be joining us today after his stint at the academy, and I'm assigning both of you the task of keeping a watchful eye on him while monitoring his progress. His undercover name for the duration of his service will be J.C. Denton. We thought it would be best to keep cover names within the family, since Paul already received the Denton code name. I have great faith in you both, and trust you will do your utmost to ensure he becomes a successful and productive member of the organization. Until further notice, I'd like to receive weekly reports with your observations. So yeah, they're watching me in a very creepy way. They say they turn my orgs off when I go off duty, but I doubt that. I need 3 goddamn multi-tools to get to whatever what's-his-name has in here. And I don't know if it's worth it. Like, you know, you use 3 multi-tools and you go in there and it's 1 frickin' medkit. Okay. Now I go down here, I think is where the quartermaster is, and he'll give me some equipment.
At ease, Agent Denton.
And I got some experience points, I didn't see how many.
That operation in school. This is a great honor.
I'm not a general anymore. Just call me Carter.
I can't believe what the NSF did to your family.
Enough of that, soldier. We each have our troubles. I lost my children, but you've had to grow up without your parents, which requires more courage. I don't think it matters.
My parents died in a car accident. That's different.
I said that's enough. You have your own op and time is short. How about I issue you a stealth pistol?
That sounds fine. Thank you, sir.
What else do you think you'll need?
So I could get another lockpick, or another nanotech tool, or more ammo. Take a lockpick.
Smart lockpick is always handy.
That's right. Infiltrate and evade. Engage only on your own terms. Now move out. Manderley's waiting.
They give me 1 fucking
What about that
lockpick.
guy out front selling munitions? Is that allowed?
Oh, Captain, right. We've got some screwballs around here, but he's not the problem. It's whoever's been breaking into the armory.
Someone at UNATCO's a thief?
Whoops,
Yes,
I
sir.
smacked my mic.
Damn good.
Now I don't know if you can catch the thief who's stealing from here, but you can see this door here. You can't even pick this lock, and you can't break it either. But
This was
there's...
more than adequate. Hell, I dispatched a whole platoon one time with a pocket knife.
It's good for you. You don't have enough room in your inventory to pick up the stealth pistol. Oh, shite. That probably counts as a melee weapon, so I can't chuck that. The sniper rifle will come in handy. We'll get rid of that one. Actually, fuck it, I'll keep that. I'll just get rid of the standard pistol, because I don't need it anymore, because I'm going to have a stealth pistol. Now you see why I didn't use the mods on this pistol, because I'm going to get a stealth pistol. This one is silenced by default, so it's pretty damn handy. And I could apply the mods to it. And make this thing really, really useful and deadly. And as you can see, it's got a 10-round magazine. Which is like 4 more rounds than the previous one had. What have we here? Trank darts, cigarettes, newspapers you can read, and so on and so forth. Don't need anything more there. Oh, bioelectric cell, handy. More cigarettes. There's a baton, if you don't already have one. And they keep some prisoners here. There's some NSF guys, I think.
Way to go, sir.
I think later on in the game, the main guy is also in here.
Don't think I won't report this.
No, I want you to report it. I want to get bollocked by Manderley for it.
Thank God my ship is almost over.
I think I just broke the frickin' floor cleaning robot by standing on it. Oh well. Let's just go talk to my fellow agents in the break room. Now what's in here? Just different types of darts, so it's not worth the effort of breaking in there. So they have a break room that's got like a kitchen and some couches and a big old TV, a 4:3 aspect ratio TV.
Are you sure you pressed the right button?
I do not make mistakes of that kind.
Your hand might have slipped.
No, I wanted orange. It gave me lemon lime.
The machine would not make a mistake.
It's the maintenance man. He knows I like orange.
So you think the staff has some kind of plot?
Yes, they do that on purpose. You will be working with Ana Navarra.
My vision is
Oh
augmented.
shit. Accidentally skipped a line.
The distractions of another agent who needs backup.
Navarra comments on him wearing sunglasses
Say that I
indoors.
look forward to working with you, Agent Navarra. Also, excuse me, I've got to be briefed by Mr. Manderley.
I do not expect you to perform as well as Agent Herman, but the mission will require us to do more than frighten the NSF with our baggy coats that make us look bigger than we really are.
I am prepared to perform my duties.
For instance, not to be a man running into enemy lines without coordinated military assault.
No problem.
Dum-dum-dum-dum. Yeah, so we have a kitchen here. And I think I tried to hack this ATM and they shot me, I think so. We're not going to do that again.
Manderley on level 2, and let's move out.
See Manderley on level 2. We are on level 2.
That will be JC's job.
What's that? Power station. The NSF have ambrosia in a warehouse protected by cameras and booby traps. We want to power down the whole system.
We're taking one illicit generating plant, protected by weak groups of NSF. Knock out that plant, and Paul's team can walk right into the warehouse.
Just tell me where it is. The NSF are openly resisting our deployed forces, gradually falling back. You'll have to deal with them first.
And you be ready, Paul. When the power drops, go in and go in hard.
I'll use my discretion.
Go in like the U.S. Marshals. We lose the vaccine, I'm sending your butt to the mayor to explain why he and his 3 daughters won't get their pills this month.
Yes, sir. Let's not waste any time, JC. Get down to the dock. A boat is waiting to take you and your partner, Anna Navarra, to shore.
Yes, get moving. Here's your op bonus for the great job you did in the statue, plus 250 for rescuing Agent Herman. That's 1,250. We take care of our people around here.
Sweet. Now I've got more than enough money to afford that scope.
Stay out of the ladies' restroom. That kind of activity embarrasses the agency more than it does you.
Yeah, well, boss, get with the times, man. Besides, don't tell me you've never thought about pissing on her.
She's one of our best.
Now I would like to, before I leave, get that damn accuracy mod, but that will take quite a lot of lockpicks, and I don't know if this guy will give me any shit if he sees me picking the lock. So if I have to do it 3 times, it increases the chance that he'll see me. I could put another point in it and it will probably do 1.5 lockpicks. But, fuck it. I don't need the accuracy mod that badly. If there's anything good in this office, I don't know at all. Guess we will have to come back here later. We can always break in then. Maybe I will have put some skills into lockpicking by then, and I can get in much quicker. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can choose an augmentation. Now whenever you get an augmentation for each part of your body, this is my arms here, it gives you 2 choices for each one. So you have to make a permanent choice. You can't change your mind later. So can add microfibril muscle and combat strength. So I have to choose which ones I want. How do I use it? Oh, right. You just go this way and you pick which one you want. So you press X to install, but you can get info on the 2 of them before you make your choice. So combat strength. Sorting rotors accelerate calcium ion concentration in the sarcoplasmic reticulum, increasing an agent's muscle speed several-fold and multiplying the damage they inflict in melee combat. And of course you can upgrade these once you've installed them, so you start out with the basic level. Tech 1. The effectiveness of melee weapons is increased slightly, increased moderately, increased significantly. Melee weapons are almost instantly lethal. I kind of chose this in the late game when I first played it, and I had a special sort of nanotechnology sword. So I was running around like destroying tanks with a sword. It was pretty cool. It was like frickin' Devil May Cry. Okay. And microfibril muscle. This one, however, is much more useful. Lets you lift heavy items like crates, and you can eventually, by the time you're on Tech 4, you can lift crates that are way huge. It's kind of like, I think the new Deus Exes are like that as well. And because that's the most utilitarian one, we're probably gonna go for this one. There we go.
Wish I was going with you.
I'm sure you do. It probably gets boring standing in that kiosk all day. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. You UNATCO guys do seem to die a lot in the field, so maybe it's for the best that you stay there. Anyway, that's it. I have now completed the first level for the first time ever. So in order to go to the next mission, which is kind of the next level, essentially, we have to get to the speedboat on the dock that we started the game on. Which, no big deal, we just run there. But first I want to get my scope.
Plenty more cleaning house to do when we chase these sons of bitches into the city. Tell me what you need.
I want that scope you offered me.
I'll take the scope for 700.
Just attach this baby to your pistol and you're in business.
Awesome. Who's gonna bet the first frickin' thing I find in the next mission is gonna be a free scope? Anyway, let's apply these mods to my weapon. See, this is the standard stealth pistol. I've got 10 rounds and 5 clips, so I'm doing pretty well for ammo. And when I've got the scope on it and I can make amazing good headshots, I'll be even more ammo efficient. So let's install the mod. It's already got a silencer, as you can see, so you don't need to install one. Can put a scope on it. Boom. And let's put an accuracy mod on it. And let's put another accuracy mod on it. Let's increase the clip size.
Plenty more cleaning house to do when we...
Leave me alone.
Check back with you later.
As you can see how steady my aim is now. I was like, let me make sure that I press the right button to go out of the scope and don't accidentally fire and ruin all my work. That would have been a frickin' disaster. It would have been frickin' hilarious though if after all that I died by accidentally shooting one of my guys in the head by showing off my scope. Thankfully that didn't happen. And onward to mission 2. All I have to do is climb aboard this speedboat and it will take me to the shore of New York, where I have to actually acquire a canister of ambrosia. I wonder if they gave me an image of it yet. Nope, I've only got 2 images. Well, they give you an image when you arrive at the mission site, and you can see what it looks like beforehand. It's like a big glowing green canister. It looks like the kind of thing you would normally shoot in a video game. Anyway, we'll call it a part there, and we'll pick up next time. So, next time we'll do the next mission.